Welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Jason
and Kelly, or not Kelly.
Erik. You know that you're half dwarf, right?
I think
What if I'm
Erik,
the Brad Pitt of dwarf kind?
Kelly, his wife, fucked it a lot.
What's up, guys? It's Steve. I had hair when I was younger.
Like, watch this, guys. I'm gonna totally make them do it. Oh!
There you go. What's up, guys? It's Steve with Hap Gaming, and welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I am joined by
Erik from the McDonald's.
Erik McDonald. What?
Yeah, I'm Erik from the McDonald's because that's where I can get internet good enough to do this right now.
I guess, and Rick.
Ricky. So, we're working on trying to get stuff to work. Erik is at a McDonald's somewhere because that's the closest
I'm
place
on
he can get
location
internet.
at McDonald's
Yeah.
where there's at least 2 people watching this stream right now.
You should get some. You should interview somebody to see what they thought about Spider-Man.
Just get Kelly to do a funny voice.
Yeah.
Be drunk Yoda. I like the Spider-Man movie.
Next thing we know,
You
we
sound
hear
like Bubbles.
He's on the YouTube too.
See?
Yeah. Next thing we know, we hear Eric's truck start up, and he just pulls into the drive-thru, and we hear like the mic go out the window into the McDonald's. So, what did you think of Spider-Man: Homecoming? Sir, what the fuck are you doing? Is that a microphone? Yes, I want to know what your opinion is of Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh man. All right. So this week we watched Spider-Man: Homecoming, directed by John Watts, written by Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daly, starring Tom Holland, Michael Keaton, and Robert Downey Jr. IMDb synopsis: Peter Parker balances his life as an ordinary high school student in Queens with his superhero alter ego, Spider-Man, and finds himself on the trail of a new menace prowling the skies of New York City. So what do you guys think?
I definitely like this movie a lot better than the the original Spider-Man that came out.
Yeah.
Definitely like what's his name?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland a lot better.
Then which Spider-Man are you thinking of?
Than the other guy.
Which other guy? There are 2 other guys who played Spider-Man on movies.
Are there
movies.
really?
Yeah.
Have you noticed the other change?
There's
both.
There's a huge difference. You would have known the
Really?
difference. Yes. They
Oh.
do not look the same.
Okay.
I'm asking
Ricky,
you the
you're so
actors that
funny.
aren't-
They're not the same guy?
Yeah.
What?
So
How is that the case?
The one that when we were younger, well, I guess they're both when we were younger, but I think when the fuck did those other ones come out? Anyways, there's Tobey Maguire was the first one that was on, and then Andrew Garfield played in 2 of them.
Yeah, I would imagine I'm probably thinking of Tobey Maguire then.
The black suit Spider-Man?
I guess so, yeah.
The one where he's all emo?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So that's
I
Tobey
don't-
Maguire, yeah.
Yeah, I think they did a great job with this. This made a lot more sense.
I mean, the other ones were fine. I didn't mind them, but I think this kind of the way he is in this one, you can definitely see where he's going to grow up to be the Spider-Man that I kind of remember from like the animated series and the comic books and stuff like that. Where the other ones, he was already kind of grown up in those, at least in Tobey Maguire's one. And
Yeah.
I don't know. He wasn't goofball enough. He didn't talk enough. So, the
No.
Spider-Man is supposed to fucking just talk to the point where the villains are like, shut the fuck up. Seriously. Stop fucking
Yeah,
talking.
he's supposed to kind of be like Deadpool light.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually kind of what I was thinking
No.
too.
Family Deadpool. That's who he's supposed to be
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Family-friendly Deadpool.
I was kind of thinking, it kind of makes sense that Deadpool would like to hang out with Peter Parker.
Well, he
You
wants to
know?
hang out with
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man. He doesn't know
Yeah.
that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Yeah, but
Of course he does.
but-
He's Deadpool. He can look through the 4th wall. He already knows who he is. He doesn't give a shit.
What's really weird is he doesn't, though. Like, there's comics where he's in the thing, and he goes, man, that Peter Parker guy's a real dick, isn't he? And he's just, like, walking with Spider-Man, and Spidey's like, yeah, okay, yeah. So,
Guy's always taking pictures of me. I'm trying to haul off and take a piss. You know?
It's like there's a whole fucking subreddit of Spidey Man with his dick out now. Like I just don't know what the hell the world's coming to anymore.
Well, he has to piss. What do you think he does? Just leave it in there and then just pee through his suit?
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? We all like
Ricky's like, that sounds like a good night for me.
Spider-Man lands, it's just like soggy boots.
Ricky's just over there with Spider-Man PJs, and he's like, "I'm gonna roleplay Spider-Man." That's right, nice and wet.
Damn it.
Oh shit! So the Vulture was fucking awesome in this.
Yeah, the Vulture in this makes way more sense than he makes in the old comic book and the
Oh yeah,
and in the animated thing. It's like, okay, so the Vulture in the animated thing, he's an old guy that sucks the life force out of somebody to make himself younger and wears these wings and stuff like that. What does that have to do with being a vulture? Like, that's more vampire-like than anything.
yeah.
And in this, he's scavenging stuff, and it makes sense. Like, the way his suit is and all that stuff. I like those huge claws on the bottom of his feet where he's grabbing shit and stuff like that. It totally makes sense with what this one is. So I've always kind of thought the vulture, I think maybe just because they already had a vampire character in the comics and stuff.
So
that
what
they
the
had to
fuck
change
is
it.
up with super smart scientists going crazy and building giant fucking robot, exosuits and going on a rampage? Like, what the fuck is up with that?
This isn't a super smart scientist guy. This is just dude who's salvaging stuff and is kind of smart.
But all the fucking same though. There's always
Well, that's why he had the Tinkerer. The Tinkerer was the super smart guy.
Yeah, but
he's the one who just
in
wanted
the
to build shit.
Spideyverse though, there's always someone out there with some like super fucking tech, and they decide to go on a goddamn rampage.
Well, that's any superhero thing. You always have to have the tech villain.
Yeah.
And I think
But
maybe
Spider-Man has a lot of tech villains. I mean, like a lot of them. Like most of them, I feel like are all tech villains. Like, I mean,
Doc
the
Ock.
Goblin is kind of a tech villain.
But he's also like a mutate. He mutates himself into.
Yeah. Then you got Doc Ock.
Yeah, Doc Ock's definitely a tech guy.
Well, you got the Vulture now.
Yeah, well, the Vulture's always been a tech guy too. He's always had a super suit on.
Yeah, but it just seems like Spider-Man has a lot.
What about
of
Hobgoblin?
Yeah, I mean,
isn't the Scorpion a tech villain too?
Yeah, because he wears an exoskeleton also.
Exactly. It just seems like Spider-Man has a lot of tech villains, like compared to other heroes. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's because he's a smart dude. He's a tech guy. I mean, he's not going to have more than what Iron Man is.
No,
Iron Man's going to have way more tech villains than Spider-Man is.
I mean, but even Iron Man was out there fucking fighting goddamn villain, like just aliens and other shit like that, and fucking mutants and shit. Like, that was his main
and the Mandarin.
Yeah. Well, the Mandarin's a magic guy, so there's a
so it's like Spider-Man doesn't deal with a magic guy.
Yeah, Spidey's got a magic guy. He's got Kraven. He's kind of a magic dude. He's like a weird.
He's not. He's just a crazy badass guy.
No, there's a full magic thing with that guy, man. There's like this whole spider hunt thing that he does, and it's like full on like weird spider totem shit like that.
That must have been added in since I quit reading the comic books.
I don't know. I mean, like the most like magical thing I would think the Spider-Man would ever have to deal with is when he encounters what is it, Lady or Madam Web or whatever it is, or yeah. Like,
I think the most magical thing is that he manages to get together with a supermodel named Mary Jane. That's like, what planet would that ever happen?
Then gives her cancer when he bones her.
That does happen. One of the comic books.
Spider cancer boner. Spider cancer boner.
Exactly.
But it also
I gotcha.
And in other ones, there's like a whole Spider Island thing where this scientist, the Jackal, like infects the whole island to make everybody into spider people, and then they also turn into actual spider people, like giant spiders and shit.
Like, instead of Spider-Man, they're Man-Spider?
Yeah, but then they actually turn into just giant spiders, like
but now, didn't that happen to Spider-Man once? Like, he got caught up in an
Like
experiment or something like
the
that?
Hobbit spiders.
And he fucking turned into a giant-ass fucking spider?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the Hobbit spiders, Eric. And yeah,
when did that happen?
In the comic book and then the animated series. It was something to do, I think the Recombinator thing hit him and he got all messed up and
it made him more into a spider than anything else? Okay, yeah.
So Steve is like a legit Spider-Man nerd.
I fucking love Spider-Man, dude. It's my I don't know. I really like Deadpool and Gambit, but I guess, Spider-Man, I've read way more Spider-Man than I've read any of the other comic books.
Spider-Man and World of Warcraft. If you want to know the lore to those
don't ask me any new
All right,
World
if
of
you
Warcraft
walk
stuff,
up
'cause I
and
don't
you
know
just
shit
ask
about
them,
it.
just like you just want like one small
There's also
piece
Halo.
of information about something. Like I walk up there and see them playing like WoW or something like that. I'm like, oh, who's that guy? I'm looking for like, oh, this is so and so, this and this. he pulls back. Next thing you know, there's a fucking campfire. He's just like fucking Deckard Cain, and he's like, "Come and stay a while."
Stay a while.
It goes off on this whole huge spiel. Well, in the beginning,
You have to know the backstory,
God.
otherwise you don't know the
what
shit.
I mean, it's like legit. That's a legit thing he fucking does. Like it's like, see, I just wanted some simple information. Okay.
Yeah, give you some information. You just had to find it.
Yeah.
But no, so with the whole spider thing, so this dude makes the spider people and stuff. Mary Jane's infected with it also, but because of her time with Peter Parker, you know what I mean. It doesn't affect her as fast. So like everybody else is getting like spider powers. They're like swinging through the fucking city. They're climbing on walls and getting super strength and shit like that. And she's like, what the fuck? I'm not getting anything. I can't do any of this stuff. And then when it matters, when she needs to, she's able to save Peter at some point, and like she has spider powers for a little while. But yeah, she had antibodies built up because of her time with Spidey. So
That's weird.
yeah.
God damn it.
That's like
So
weird, man.
Spider-Man does have the biggest fucking magical thing though, because he makes a deal with the demon Mephisto, which is like the Marvel Satan, and basically him and Mary Jane's relationship is totally wiped off the thing. They remember being together, but he did it so that his identity would be wiped from everybody's memory, and to save Aunt May, because like he's convinced by Iron Man to give up his identity and tell everybody, and then the Kingpin hires Crossbones to kill him, and ends up killing Aunt May and all this stuff. So he gets it all wiped, and then those two can't be together anymore, according to the whole thing, which was a really shitty.
So if that were me,
deal.
like I would find, Tony Stark and be like, "Hey, dude, you totally fucked up." Bam, and I'd hit him without his Iron Man suit on, because without his Iron Man suit, Tony Stark could not hold his own against Spidey's super
by
strength.
that time, he's got the extremist stuff in him,
Oh.
and a suit will just appear on his body. It's just like the nano
Yeah.
suit, but he's literally like part robot by that time.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, the reality is this just reinforces, like, oh, hey, look, there's that guy. He's an evil turd and he kills people like the Kingpin. You know what? I'm gonna just take him to a really high place, and then he slipped. It was on accident, man. You can't hold me
Yeah.
responsible. It was accident.
Exactly.
He fell. 'Cause the guy's a criminal, man. He fell. I don't know what happened. His suit broke. He's fat. He's really fat. I've got weak hands. I got to do more exercises. Police are like, well, we get it, man. I mean, shit. We've accidentally had problems, so it's no big deal.
That is
and then the next thing you know, there's like Tombstone falling down.
I don't know if Tombstone would
Bullseye
die from that
falling
though.
down. What's that?
I don't know if Tombstone would die from that though.
Well, he's
like
falling
fucking
down, and
invincible.
somehow he hit his head so hard on the step it just smashed his skull.
I think you'd have to inoculate him from the weird shit that's in his body that makes him into like an invulnerable dude, and then
I don't know if he's actually invulnerable. I think he's more like he's just really tough. Isn't he just kind of made of stone?
No, he's got. Well, I mean, it is kind of stone, but it's like a full thing. He can. It takes a whole lot. I don't know if a fall would. Maybe a couple of falls. Give him a couple of
You know what?
falls.
Even better.
Pick him back
Oh,
up.
hey, I
Drop him
was,
a couple of
hauling
times.
I got it, man. I was hauling him over this big vat of molten lead,
There you go.
which happened to be right over the top of the Hudson River. He fell in the lead. He dislodged the whole thing, and then
Went right
he
through.
fell in the middle of the molten lead into the water. I can't get him out. It's too heavy. Nobody can get him out. He's gone. I mean, what are you going to do, right?
That is
And
one
then,
thing where, like, I wish Spidey. I guess I don't wish this, but Spidey is like very adamant about not killing anybody. He is so anti-death. Like, there's a point where he has beaten up Doc Ock so many times because Ock is just a human, that he's caused irreparable damage to Doc's brain, and like the guy is dying, and Peter is like, oh my fucking god, what the fuck did I do? Because like he could just knock people's fucking heads off, but he has to hold back when punching people, and he's beaten Doc Ock up so many fucking times. So, and then there's the whole thing where Doc Ock gets into they switch his brain or bodies with Peter, and Peter Parker dies, and Doc Ock becomes Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man starts killing people. He's like, you know what? Fuck off. We're fucking done with this. We're gonna start killing people. So he's still
That's
he fights crime, but he's way more violent. He's like breaking people's fucking bones, just shattering them, like putting them in the hospital, comas and all that stuff.
So he's Batmaning them?
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. The whole like it's one thing if you're doing something wrong, and I mean, if you get caught by the police and you run, they shoot you. So it's like,
Yeah.
well, no, whatever. And the thing is, like the whole like vigilante thing and the Marvel things is like he's literally catching them in the act.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not like, well, we think you did it. We caught you when you were asleep, and then we broke into your house and then captured you and drug you off into the can. And we're pretty sure it was you. Instead, it's like the guy is literally breaking into the car, and he's like, "You're breaking into the car, bitch. I dropped you in the river."
Yeah.
That's like, that's what I would probably do is figure out like what the maximum height you can drop somebody belly flopped onto the ground before it almost kills them, and then minus like 5 feet, and be like, okay, like have this bridge, and you're just like, okay, here we go, bud. Boom! Look at that, broke probably half of your bones. I'll haul you up and hang you off the bridge and let them know you're here. It's gonna suck.
Yeah,
So there's all these guys with full body bruises, and they're like, Spider-Man got you. Yeah, fucking guy caught me breaking into some shit.
It's all part of the like Stark suit. He tells you exactly how high it is before you kill him. Oh man!
Just like splat. Oh, that's got a like really thick Jello from here, bud. Not quite concrete. You'll make it.
There's just a bunch of people in the can, like just like in wheelchairs. Like, it's the Spider-Man ward. Spider-Man's just going out there, just freaking paralyzing everyone. He's like, they can't do crime if they can't walk.
I feel like Batman needs to go down.
Everyone,
that
get
path
rid of
a
the
little more,
ramps,
too.
make stairs into banks.
Yeah.
They'll never be able to rob a bank again.
Yeah. Fuck the ADA. We're just gonna make it inaccessible to everybody in wheelchairs.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. It's the only way we can do this. Then you get people talking to Doc Ock and getting a fucking like hover chair or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I thought would be like a cool idea for a comic book is like say, oh my god, the Watchmen, right? So there's Dr. Manhattan. It'd be really cool as if he just used his powers to make Mars inhabitable, and
Which
then
he totally could have fucking done.
Oh yeah, he could do that, and then just put the criminals on Mars.
Just like what they did with Australia.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but a whole
criminals
different
somewhere.
planet.
Yeah.
All right.
And
all
he's
right.
literally just teleporting them there.
All right. So
like,
I
there'd be
have.
the occasion where he fucks up and teleports it like kind of close. But the guy's up there and he's like getting into Elon Musk's cars. He fucking dies.
All right, but now I have a slightly modified idea on that, right? So he tells everyone that he made Mars habitable and just sends them all there to Mars anyways. Because, I mean, fuck him. Who the hell is going to go up to Mars and actually check? Who has that ability? Fucking no one.
Not in that universe.
And
But
that's
in this one,
exactly.
there's a bunch of people, Iron Man shows up like, hey, you can't live here. This is, son of a bitch. And then he's like, well, we got to fight. You know what? We're not going to touch this Dr. Manhattan.
No.
It's not going to happen.
I mean, he'll just,
He
he's
doesn't
going
need
to
a glove
Thanos you.
He doesn't need a glove to snap us out of existence.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he'll just Thanos your ass and freaking make you go out of existence. Like, this is what it is.
He just looks at you and you explode and you're like, damn it. I shouldn't have done that.
Ah, it stings.
You know what's funny is I really felt like if Dr. Manhattan was going to fight the Avengers, he wouldn't do anything to Thor because he'd find him kind of funny.
Yeah. Especially
He'd be like,
in
this
game.
fat guy is hilarious.
He thinks he's a god? Like, what the fuck?
He's just an alien, for God's sakes. What an idiot. I'll show him what a god can do. And the Hulk's like, Hulk's... See? Look at that. I just made him explode.
Oh, man.
I wonder if I don't know, man. Man.
So, I think they with Tom, the way Tom Holland is, I couldn't hear the last thing you said, Eric, so I lost it. So I just kind of went on something else. But with the way they did Spider-Man in this, I think they did a fucking amazing job with the suit, with even like his old suit and shit like that, just making it look, because like you see in the Tobey Maguire one, he supposedly makes that Spider-Man suit, eventually after he becomes a superhero. He makes the weird spandex Spider-Man suit, and it's like, who the fuck can make one of those? Is this guy like a master seamstress or something like that? And in this, the suit he makes is just like a fucking hoodie and like a mask and some goggles and shit like that. So
Makes a lot more sense for a high school.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, otherwise he's gonna have to, try to, convince Aunt May to make the spider suit for him without like having her realize that he's Spider-Man, which would be impossible.
Well, she finds out at the end of this anyway. So
Yeah.
And honestly, he's not very good at hiding it in this thing. He doesn't show up to the
Decathlon.
Yeah, whatever.
Academic decathlon.
That's the one.
Fucking
Yeah,
math contest.
He doesn't show up to that. He's not there for the Washington Monument thing, but and then so it's like, okay, so Spider-Man disappears from New York for a couple of days and then shows up in Washington D.C. at the same time that Peter Parker leaves from New York and then shows up in Washington D.C. I mean, Aunt May should have fucking known already.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
well, he's Aunt May's kind of a goofball. She's like, I mean, first of all, if you have a kid, like Steve, you have a kid, right?
Uh-huh.
And if all of a sudden she was like, she disappeared for a little bit, and then some little kid like turned into Squirrel Girl, and fucking like stopped a bank robbery, the last person you're gonna assume is her is your daughter, unless you see her, and of course it looks, her body shape is exactly like your daughter's, and then you'd be like, wait a second. God damn it! I am gonna ground your ass.
Like, honestly though,
I'm gonna ask where she got the superpowers from.
I mean, like, honestly though,
you're like, you bitch, you got to share those with me.
The most in that situation, I think the most definitive thing would be is to lay out a bunch of like nuts out in the yard, and then watch her and see if she starts burying them. If she starts burying them, like, that bitch is fucking Squirrel Girl.
No,
Ricky just walks up like, are you part of the spider or the squirrel conspiracy?
Well, one of Squirrel Girl's powers is to be able to talk to squirrels, so we just bring some squirrels around. If she starts chittering to the squirrels, then, I mean, we know what's up.
But that would mean that she's in on the conspiracy of ruling the world.
But then that also makes she's strong enough to defeat Thanos, because Squirrel Girl has defeated Thanos before.
It's true.
How did she do that?
Fuck
She
if I
tickled
know.
his nuts?
I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, she definitely buried him.
No, yeah, she just hit his nuts, and he's like, Where'd my nuts go? And she's like, you'll have to take the fall if you want your nuts back. And he's like, all right, I don't want to know my nuts. Well, because his chin would look so deflated with no nuts in there.
So he's a Balchinian?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's I really like the Vulture in this. Like,
Yeah.
they did a good job making cool tech that looked like something that like a guy would actually make,
Yeah.
and the only thing I really found not really believable is that Tony Stark wouldn't have showed up and confiscated all of it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
he would think he would have something to be able to detect where these things were. He's
mean,
got
he
all these
should have.
crazy satellites and shit. So
Yeah, you'd think he'd have like a video feed that he could get off Spider-Man's suit, so he could see that, like, when they had the thing that made him weightless, the inertial thing, and then that deal that like shot through the building. You'd think he'd go, "Whoa, did you just see that?" And then Spider-Man would be like, "I'm gonna make sure. Look at this clip with this timestamp here. Can you guys look at this video?" And he'd be like, "Holy shit!" And then it'd be like, "What are you doing?" It's like,
yeah.
Why did you punch that guy there? Well, I thought it was funny. It was a good joke. He's just laughing at the video of what Spider-Man fucking says. Wait, what happened?
And you see the homage to Michael Keaton's Batman thing when he's flying in front of the moon. Totally looks like Batman symbol. So
my kid is
cool.
making a racket. Sorry
That's all
about that. He's just.
I am not worried about it, man.
No, yeah, he's putting his 2 cents in with the movie.
He wants.
He's like, I really liked it. I think Michael Keaton's awesome.
Yeah, and he wants to be Spider-Man when he grows up.
I think his head's gonna be too big to be Spider-Man. He just got a checkup, and he'd just be like, "Oh my God!" Anyways, his head is gigantic. For like on the percentile thing, his head. I guess he gained a bunch of height too, so now he's pretty tall for his.
All in his head?
All in the
Probably,
head.
probably,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, Eric, look who his dad is.
I know. I'm a 5'8" guy with a 6'2", man's head.
I mean, your
You know?
head makes up a good like third of your body height.
I know my head's bigger than my dad's, and he's 6'4". You know?
God damn it!
It's like, it's like somebody mixed up like in the genetic thing. They're like, okay, his head huge and his body's gonna be tiny. This will be hilarious. Maybe I'm a precursor to the aliens.
Well, someone was drunk when they were doing your character creation. Is what it was.
This is gonna be so fucking funny.
We're gonna give him a short,
Oh my
squat
God.
body and this huge fucking head with no neck.
Yeah, he's gonna have a big old chest and a giant fucking head, but teeny tiny little arms and legs.
Mm-hmm.
Hilarious.
Yep.
Oh, man.
You know? He's gonna be. Oh wait, guys, look what I did. I made the world's tallest one. What are we having a competition to see who's got the loudest stupid diesel pickup out here?
Smallest ding dong.
I know.
That's what we.
I
That's what we
Ding
just seen. We just seen four dudes with small ding dongs drive by. You could tell by their loud trucks. Oh, tiny dick.
Wouldn't it be awesome if like you could like create something to like say that and you could put on someone's exhaust when they drive it, just like tiny dick.
Hilarious. Oh man.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
what are this? Do you guys know what the Squirrel Girl powers are?
She can speak to squirrels. She's got super strength. I'm pretty sure that her teeth are really strong. Like, she can bite through anything. I'm almost positive. She's got agility and claws also.
Ew, claws? Hell no. Oh, now this is like, is this an adult woman or is this like a little kid?
She's an adult woman.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just Squirrel Girl, so you gotta
Yeah.
like, that's a little like one of those things like. So, could you imagine those claws if she gets pissed off at you when you're,
So apparently she
being
has a
intimate?
prehensile tail, roughly 3 to 4 feet long, sizable buck teeth, strong enough to chew through wood, and superhuman strength and agility that allow her to easily jump between trees.
So this is a furry's just like wet dream.
Oh God, yeah,
Full on.
yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, so she got that. Jump easily between trees. Her fingers have sharp claws, like climbing and shit like that.
So this is
Retractable-
Jason's dream woman.
Yeah.
If he could make her look.
She
like a
has
horse.
she has retractable knuckle spikes that are 2-3 inches long on each hand. And most importantly, she can communicate with and understand squirrels, but does not communicate with squirrels telepathically. Squirrels have also been depicted as understanding her when she speaks in English.
She used him to defeat Dr. Doom also.
So yeah,
She swarmed him with squirrels.
nice. God, could you
Oh,
imagine that kind of death? Like Squirrel just goes off, like crawl up his ass and eat him from the inside
I
out.
don't think she's trying to kill him.
That sounds like that sounds like Jason's wet dream right there. He's just like, oh, well, it's a good thing my dad is Richard Gere. I know exactly how to deal
So she
with
fought
this.
Thanos?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
she defeated him.
Yeah, apparently she did, didn't she?
That's nuts. I can't even imagine that.
Well, I don't think Thanos is as strong in the comic books as he is in
The
that
movie?
they showed in the movie. So he
Really?
shows up. Yeah, he's like a constant antagonist to like the Immortals and stuff like that.
I'll go inside.
Poor kid. He is having
That's
having some
alright.
kind of a. You guys just talk amongst yourselves here. I'm
Yeah.
gonna mute.
All right.
Yeah, so, like, they depict Squirrel Girl very differently throughout, like, in numerous instances here.
Like, how do you mean?
Well, I mean, you see her like this,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
That's
and-
old school.
Yeah, and then you got, like, that. And then you got an actual squirrel.
I think that's one of her squirrel buddies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That would make more sense, I guess. Yeah. That's just... who the fuck made Squirrel Girl?
Who created it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
A drunk dude.
That's what I'm
A
thinking.
drunken furry guy that's like, I want to see what I can do. It's just one. It's like one of those. Oh my god! It's like the same guy who did Tomb Raider. Larry
Will
Croft.
Murray.
A pervert.
Artist Steve.
So Steve Ditko and Will Murray.
Yeah.
That
So-
sounds like definite pervert names.
So Ditko is the guy who drew Spider-Man and all that stuff. He was
Yeah.
partner with
Novelist, journalist, and short story and comic book writer.
Stan
Much of
Lee.
his fiction has been published under pseudonyms.
So
Yeah. You guys can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
we can.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, the
what the fuck? Like, there were some
So-
fucking weird fucking superheroes out there, dude. Like, some seriously fucking weird ones.
So I'm not gonna lie for a second. I thought the second Shocker was Dave Chappelle's brother for some reason.
I can see that. No, I
Yeah.
can definitely see that.
I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't know Dave Chappelle had a gruff sounding brother.
Yeah.
God damn. And
Yeah.
and then it turns out that's definitely not. I've seen that guy in a bunch of stuff.
And I'm almost
He has been
positive
in a
that he.
crapload of shows.
I'm almost positive he plays. Yeah. So his name and the thing, I recognize him from other stuff too. But I could see where you'd see Dave Chappelle's brother from that.
Yeah.
So he plays. So the Shocker, his name is Herman Schultz, and in the animated series and all that stuff, and in the comic books, he's always wearing like a weird padded insulated suit. I'm kind of glad they didn't go with like full on comic book stuff because that is a fucking ridiculous costume.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man makes fun of him every fucking time. So it's
Did there's Electro, that's Spider-Man too.
Yeah. Electro he's a dude who like is full on electricity. He's like
Yeah.
he wants to turn into just pure electricity at some point. Because there's another guy, and I can't remember. There's a guy called Human Laser, also, and I don't remember whose villain he is.
Human lazy.
Yeah.
Seemed like he'd be a good villain for
Fucking
the Human
dumbass
Torch.
names. There's a guy named Stiltman. All right, so and he's
Yeah.
just a guy who has
Stiltman.
stilts.
So why didn't they just name him Carney?
So hold on. So the guy that they had join the X Force in, so it's pretty much the equivalent of the guy who joined the X Force with Deadpool. The guy that just like walked was like, yeah, I saw the flyer. I thought it'd be cool. Just the normal fucking dude that just showed up and
No,
Deadpool.
Stiltman's got like a robot suit on and stuff, or he may be a robot. I can't remember.
Okay, because I'm just like it's just like some random dude who could walk on stilts. So that makes me think of like just the random like normal dude who decided to join
Just
the
a
X Force.
carny?
Yeah.
This carnival guy's like, oh, I want to be on X-Force.
Fuck you.
Look, guys, it's basically Steve-O. Dude,
man.
Steve-O
Damn
would
it.
be a great X-Force member, though. Could you
would.
imagine that? He's like, hey, guys, watch me shove this thing up my butt. When you're going to go fight people, they'd be like, is this guy really going to shove stuff in my butt? What the hell is going on right now?
Especially if
Steve-O's
you
like,
especially if
he
you
just
gave him
punches
like
himself.
some kind of like healing ability, dude. That guy would do some real fucked up shit.
Oh god.
Yes, he would.
He would teach
Oh my
God,
Deadpool
I
wanna see-
things.
Steve-O
I
with
wanna see-
Deadpool's healing factor.
Or Wolverines. I want to see that Steve-O's Wolverine. Fuck the other guy.
Like Steve-O would be like, I mean, like he would literally be the guy. Okay, so like in Family Guy, when Death tries to kill Peter and Peter makes Death break his ankle, so there's no more deaths, so no one can die. So Peter goes around,
Yeah.
right, and he makes deals with his friends, like like money bets. I bet you I can jump off this building and survive. It's a hell of a tall building. He just jumps off, like, swack, and gets up. He's fine. That's what I pretty much imagined Steve-O doing. Was like betting money that he can survive jumping off a building or something like that, or going through a wood chipper, and just like yeah. Then you have Steve-O out there, just baby dicking it.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck you guys.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah, so I like how they had his buddy helping him out with
The guy
tech
in the
stuff,
chair?
and it's just like, yeah, it's just like a nerdy kid.
What was that, Ned?
Yeah, Ned.
Yeah, Ned.
Yeah, like he couldn't even keep his fucking identity secret from fucking Ned. Like what the fuck, dude? Like honestly, come on, you're bad at this.
Well, and
To be
everybody,
fair,
everybody
Ned
knows.
was in his room looking for his porn. I mean, that's what happened.
Yeah.
I love his fucking. He couldn't make up a good excuse when he's sitting in the computer lab. He's just like, I'm looking up porn. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is an excuse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm cranking it here. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, man? Like, seriously, fuck off.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm
What can I
hoping that
do?
we see in the next one, probably not the next one, because we already know what's happening in the next one. We got Mysterio. We got the Elementals coming out too.
So Mysterio, that was... I remember that guy. Wasn't he in the animated series?
Mm-hmm. He's Fishbowl Man.
Yeah, Fishbowl Man. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He's like a master of illusion and like special effects and stuff.
Yeah,
like
that's right. That's right. He was
But
fucking with Spider-Man hardcore.
In the movie, is he gonna be like a Doctor Strange type of a guy? He's actually magical, or
I don't know, because he does have some. I think at one point he gets magic in the comic books, but for the most part, it's just all special effects. And then it's
how does that work?
I don't know.
I mean, what does he think? He's Michael Bay?
He thinks he's David Blaine.
Wah, wah, and then there's just like a transformer, and he's like, Transformer.
So it looks like
Wow.
I mean, I don't know if that's what they're thinking for the movie though, but he might still be Fishbowl Man.
No, he's definitely got a fishbowl helmet. There's one
Okay.
scene where you see him flying around fighting the elementals, where he's got a helmet on.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I think he might just be another tech villain. I don't know if they're gonna go magical with him, but it would be fine with me if they didn't go everybody being a tech guy. So, if they made him into a magic guy, I think it'd be all right. But still make him like a showman kind of guy. So like he's using his magic to fucking be all the illusions and shit like that. So we'll see.
I feel like they're missing out on a huge opportunity. Marvel, or who owns Marvel now? Disney.
Yeah.
Disney needs to buy DC. Then they need to set up a rivalry between Ben Affleck, Bruce Wayne, and Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, and then have a movie that's written by the Marvel people. That's Batman versus Iron Man, and we could see because there could be some really funny hijinks.
Yeah.
Like Batman sneaking into Iron Man's house and pantsing him, and maybe branding him with his Bat brand. That'd be so funny. Just all like you just see Gwyneth Paltrow walk in, and he's like got him down on his hands and knees. And he's just branding his ass, and he's like, "I'm Batman," and then runs off. That's really fucking funny.
Oh man.
And it would be almost completely like it would be funny because Tony Stark could do something to Ben Affleck, like some tech thing to make him kind of goofy, like it's supposed to incapacitate him, but it basically just has the equivalent of like having him lose his inhibitions. So he just puts on his suit, which is like all fucked up, and he brands his ass.
God damn it.
Alfred, did you see I branded him?
Yes, Master
He's my property now. He's my cattle.
Hilarious, Master Bruce.
I'm a cattle farmer. Alfred.
Oh man.
The stupid like rich guy crap that they could do to each other, like buy the other guy's house and cancel their insurance and then blow it up and be like, I got him.
God damn it.
He just spent like $100 million on his house, idiot.
God damn it. Oh man.
So we know that Erik would definitely be a villain.
I would have good ideas. See, this is what would happen if I was in the universe. The villains would come to me and be like, "How can I humiliate my superhero?" I'd be like, "No, quit all this like killing their family stuff, buddy. That's just stupid. This is what you got to do. You got to sneak in their house, brand them with your sign, with your logo, brand them in the ass. Do it."
So
So then, like, Peter Parker wakes up and there's Kingpin. There's a line of villains, each with a red hot brand, and they're like, "Well, how's this gonna work?" The kid's ass looks like a NASCAR windshield.
Oh.
It's just like Deadpool standing back there, like, "I'm not gonna miss out on this."
Gets up there. Spider-Man's like, "What the hell, Deadpool? I thought we were friends."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah." Yeah, he's just sitting there, just like pushing the brand to his ass. He's like, I can't miss out on an opportunity to see this, to do this.
This is too funny, man.
Like, come on,
we
man.
gotta do this.
So, like, could Deadpool like temporarily give someone like his healing factor, like blood transfusion or something like that?
I mean, it's happened before.
That'd be cool.
Spider-Man's able to do it. He's saved.
Yeah.
He's saved Aunt May's life before by giving her his blood
Okay.
because he's got healing abilities.
Yeah.
The problem is his blood's also radioactive.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
Well, she's old, so by the time she does, the radiation means the effect she's already
Depends
dead.
on which one we're talking about because she's not old in this.
Yeah. Well.
Aunt May's not always old. She's not old in the Ultimates universe. So
I don't know. I always just see Aunt May as
I
an
know
old
you
lady.
think of Aunt May as old lady from like the Tobey Maguire ones or the animated series.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mainly the animated series.
She's also old in the
Why-
comic books too. So
Why would she be that old though?
because I don't know.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's because that would mean that unless Peter's parents, which I'm assuming would be his dad, would be like a really young brother to Uncle Ben, but maybe Uncle Ben's actually his great uncle. You know, Peter's great uncle.
Yeah. Oh, it makes sense.
Whoops. Sorry about that. I was pushing the wrong button.
That's all good. But yeah.
How is that still picking up? I'm covering up the mic. That doesn't make sense.
Oh, dude, mics are fucking
This-
hella sensitive.
No, I was like covering the damn thing up. It should just be like, shut
Yeah.
up.
Same fucking ads.
Oh, here we go. Push to talk normal. Keep on. H.
So they're talking about there's a possibility that the Chameleon will show up in the next movie also, which is a guy who can just like look like anybody by crazy technology shit, like putting masks on and stuff.
Okay.
But his like normal face is like a full just white face. He looks really fucking weird. So,
Huh. So he's kind of like the ink spot dude from that other superhero thing we were just talking about with Captain Manhattan.
Mr. Can you guys hear that beep?
Rorschachs.
No, we didn't hear no beep.
Rorschach.
Yeah, Rorschach,
There it
yeah.
is, yeah.
Yeah, Rorschach. That guy's a nut.
No, because he's just got like a full white face. It's not a mask.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and then there is an ink spot guy though, or like a black hole guy that fights Spider-Man one time, and he's just like a bunch of holes all over his body, and just throws him on the wall.
So it's
And
kind of
just
like, but wouldn't that be more like the guy from Deadpool's partner, the cartoon dude?
No, because this guy like he makes like little wormholes, so like he can like go into the hole and like come out of the hole, and like Spider-Man's like punching through the hole, and his fist will come out over there, kind of thing. It is very cartoon.
So like he put like a hole underneath him, make him punch, and then he come up and punch himself right in the balls.
He could, yeah.
And Spider-Man's just gonna like punching his spider balls.
Yeah, punch him in the spider's balls.
How high up in the air do you think Spider-Man would fly if he punched himself in the balls?
It depends on if he used full strength or if he used punching human strength.
Yeah,
So-
like full strength, like just went off and punched himself in the balls.
He
like
would go all the way to the roof, I would say.
that.
Dude can lift fucking tons of fucking weight.
Well, yeah, I mean all the fucking crazy shit he has to fucking stop and pull together and crap. So,
I think they've gotten him up to like 25 tons is what his strength is at now.
damn.
It may even be higher than that. So
Yeah.
I don't think this Spider-Man can lift that much yet.
No.
But I
but
mean, but he is pulling the fucking boat together.
Yeah, that's what I was
So
saying. Like
how much is a fucking
a couple hundred tons.
what's that called? How much is a
cruise ship weigh?
It's not a cruise ship. It's a ferry.
That was a pretty big.
Yeah,
fucking
that ferry's probably got to weigh a crap load of weight. I mean, the part where he's like caught the elevator falling down. I
Yeah.
feel like when he caught it, he was in the elevator. Like, why didn't he just say, "Hey, everybody, hug me,"
Yeah,
and then I'm
definitely.
gonna swing out and then let go, and then I don't have to worry about the stupid elevator anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's still young. He hasn't figured that shit out yet.
Yeah, it is still his first, couple years being
Yeah.
Spidey. So, what was I gonna say?
Well, I mean, at least he hasn't killed Mary Jane yet by swinging too fast and catching her while she's falling, like
Wrong one.
Superman did.
Well, he doesn't kill Mary Jane that way. He kills Gwen Stacy that way.
Gwen Stacy.
Gwen Stacy is thrown from the Washington Bridge. George
Oh,
Washington
that's
Bridge
right, huh?
By,
The Goblin?
Green Goblin.
Yeah.
And he catches her, but he snaps her neck with the catch. So, and it happens in the Amazing Spider-Man movie too with Andrew Garfield.
Oh shit. okay.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
So he kills her by catching her because she's like whizzing through the air.
Yeah,
super
she's going
fast.
really fast, and when he grabs her with the web, he just like instantly tugs her back up, and the whiplash fucking snaps her neck. So
How
pretty
that,
much-
isn't he like a scientist? Wouldn't he be like, well, she's going pretty
this
fast.
was
Maybe
this
I
was
should
pretty early in his
shoot her in
Spider-Man
the foot
career.
or something and then catch her.
It's pretty early in his
Of course,
Spider-Man
if it was
career,
me-
and he's freaking out that he's tossed her off the thing. So, like he's
I mean,
he's
if
not
she's
used to
falling,
people.
it's not like you got a long time to think about what to do. It's
Yeah.
pretty much like, oh, this is about it.
No.
Of course, if it was me, I'd like spider web her drawers and then it'd just rip her pants.
But he definitely learns from that and like learns how to catch people and stuff like that. There's a lot more like web trampolines that he puts under people if he's able
Yeah.
to.
Well, I mean, look
Otherwise,
at
he
Family
just
Guy.
knows how to catch them without
Exactly.
breaking
I mean,
them in
like
half.
look at Family Guy. Like every time one of them got in a bad situation, or well, not every time, but because everyone gets one.
Yeah, everybody gets one.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And he catches Peter, and he just makes a spider web, trampoline to catch him. That way it doesn't kill him. So
I
he's
would like
learning.
to see in the next one though, Scorpion get his fucking cool exoskeleton, because I think making the Scorpion into the Scorpion, because you got Matt Gargan, which is one of the guys who was on the boat to buy the weapons. That's the Scorpion, so it's a possibility he'll get a suit maybe in like post credit scenes or some shit.
So-
like
I thought that guy was the Scorpion.
So
Yeah.
I need to go apparently over to like the East Coast, like New York and Washington area, because everyone over there apparently has fucking these exo suits.
Well, the problem is
things.
that when you get them, almost everybody who's got an exosuit, Scorpion and Rhino, both of them, even the Vulture who's got an exoskeleton, every one of them can't take it off anymore because it's either stuck to them, like the Rhino's battle armor is just stuck on his body, and he can't take it off.
Mhm.
In the old stuff, he was just a really big dude with super strength, and newer
Yeah.
stuff, now he's got an exoskeleton.
Yeah.
But it doesn't come off. Like he can't get
For
it.
real, he's
yeah.
not just a super giant dude anymore.
No. Oh, he's still a big guy. He's still a huge guy, but he gets extra strength from the suit. So, and then like the Vulture gets cancer, like spine cancer from the suit. It's like hooked straight into his spine. This Vulture obviously isn't that way. And then the Mac, the Scorpion, he there's something about it, like it keeps him alive. So like he has to wear the suit, otherwise he'll die without a suit on, and that's why he becomes the Spider-Man in the Dark Avengers part where Norman Osborn takes over the Avengers, and he wears like a fucking a symbiote. He wears the Venom symbiote and becomes a shitty Spider-Man. Like he's eating people and all that stuff. So he's,
Yeah.
He's eating dudes.
yeah, he's like he'll catch people and then eat them.
Well, I mean, that's
Oh.
what Venom does, though. That's what Venom likes to do.
Sometimes it depends on what we're looking at. Like I don't think Eddie Brock eats a lot of people. We
No.
do see him eat a lot of people in the new Venom movie, but in general, we don't usually see that happen. But I also think it depends on what version of it is. Is he like the villain one or is he anti-hero one?
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So he starts eating people. He's also got like Bullseye as a Hawkeye. So Bullseye's just fucking killing people, and then Venom will eat him. So.
Well, I mean, hey, it's an effective, efficient system. You don't have to worry about cleanup or anything like that.
But then you've got Norman trying to make it look like they're really Avengers and stuff, and he's like, "You guys got to stop fucking killing and eating people, all right? You can't do this anymore. At least don't do it in public. What are you doing?"
Who's on the fake Avengers like that?
So you have Norman Osborn, who plays as the Iron Patriot, and he is wearing the Iron Patriot armor, which is just Iron Man suit with like the stars and stripes on it. You have Bullseye, who plays who's Hawkeye. You have Scorpion as Spider-Man. You have Wolverine's son. What the fuck is his name?
Oh God, that guy, that Dakin guy or
Dakin,
something.
yeah, Dakin as
Yeah.
Wolverine, and who the fuck? There's somebody that plays. What the fuck does she play? I think she is supposed to be Captain Marvel, or Miss Marvel. I think she plays Miss Marvel, and she's like Sunstar or something like that, and she's just like fucking nutso psychiatrist.
That's
she
who it
uses,
always
like-
is.
And she uses this like stone to give her superpowers.
So she gets stoned to use her
Yeah.
superpower.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
You would think
what's-
it's a freebase something like
What
that.
the fuck's the god of? What's the god of war? Ares. Ares plays the Thor type. He's not actually Thor, but
Isn't Ares the god of war in Roman or Greek mythology?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think is it U.S. Agent maybe another guy who plays like Captain America, maybe. I think
So Mr. FedEx, he plays Captain America.
Yes, Mr. FedEx.
that's right.
Yep.
That's what they need is some like a fucking comic book with a bunch of goofy shit like
Honestly,
that. Like
dude,
FedEx-Man.
I'm gonna be. I would be very surprised if there wasn't a couple of heroes out there that are just like. I mean,
And then FedEx and UPS,
well, okay.
man, they
Well, I
could
mean,
get
like,
in
look
fights
at
with each other.
Squirrel Girl, Stilt Man. I mean, what the fuck?
Squirrel Girl's a legit superhero though, and Squirrel or not Squirrel, but Stilt Man. I'm almost positive just has stilts and it doesn't really have much else.
Why didn't he
going on
change his
for him.
name to Stiltian? That sounds a lot more superhero-y.
Like, what the fuck?
Oh man. Oh, they
Like,
also
if it-
at one point they also use Scar, which is Hulk's son, as Hulk.
Wait, who does Hulk have a kid with?
He has a kid with some lady on Sakaar. So
Shush.
the whole like where in Thor Ragnarok.
Uh-huh.
So that's all like kind of thrown together with other stuff, and there's like a Planet Hulk. I don't know if you've ever seen the Planet Hulk animated movie.
Yeah.
So basically, he's sent to this planet by the Avengers, or he's sent to another place, and then he gets knocked off course and ends up in this portal that sends him to Sakaar, which is this planet that's ruled by this shitty Red King and stuff, and they make people fight in like tournaments and shit. So, and that's where he meets Korg and Meek, and Meek is like I guess they kind of show him pretty well in the in Thor Ragnarok, because he does have like an exosuit with like crazy blades and shit like that, but he joins this group, and then one of the ladies is like a priestess or whatever of this religion that they have on the planet, like finding portals or some shit like that. I don't remember exactly, but he stays Hulk the whole time he's on this planet, and him and the lady end up having a kid. I'm almost positive that's where his kid comes from.
So it's a half Hulk.
It's a half Hulk, half giant alien lady. Pretty sure.
Okay,
That
this
sounds
is
pretty
really
terrible.
creepy. Like, how big is she where she can handle the Hulk's hog?
I don't know.
I mean, maybe the Hulk has a small hog, and that's why he's so angry.
No, you see in Ragnarok, Thor is definitely impressed by what he's seen on Hulk.
Well, I mean, maybe Thor's even smaller, and that's why he was impressed. You know?
Thor's just
man.
like a pinky size, and it's like, man, being a god has that's where they get the Roman sculptures from, was from their race.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Little dinky dongs, and he's like, I'm fat, now it disappeared. That's why he gave up as the dude Thor. He's like, I can't even get my bang on. There's nothing left. It just looks like a mushroom that's just stuck right on the ground.
Damn it.
Yeah. So she's got she's highly she's got superhuman durability as well as strength and stamina. So I guess she could take the Hulk with no problem.
Jeez, man.
I mean, you would hope so.
That's scary. God.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's not the scariest thing we've ever seen in science fiction. I mean, look at Hagrid's
No,
dad.
like thinking about like the Hulk like getting all rapey. That's pretty fucking scary.
Yeah.
I mean, be hoping that like he really liked to bang tanks or something.
Alternate reality,
like
the
his-
Hulk is actually
like-
evil, ends up going to jail, starts his own gang, prison gang. Like, the
Oh,
Hulk
jeez.
is the leader. Like, oh, God. That would be, like, the worst
that's-
prison to go to. Like, I'd be like, can you just kill me? Like, I'm going to try to escape right now. Like, I'm telling you, draw your guns. I'm going to escape. Please shoot me. That would be better than going to that prison where the Hulk's going to freaking just destroy my anus. Like, I'm sorry. But no. Like, just shoot me now, please.
Oh no, that'd be awesome.
I mean, he's going to be wearing
That'd be
me like
like-
a sock puppet and not with his hand. Okay? This is not cool, guys.
oh god.
Oh, that's right.
His
They had the,
damages makes you shit green for a week.
Oh.
they also had the Sentry on there.
Oh shit, that's scary.
Yeah,
That dude's
so
a
he
fucking
was-
maniac.
And what was it? Osborn was using the psychiatrist lady and drugs to kind of keep him under control. But they were also trying to get the his crazy fucking alter ego to come out. I think it's the alter ego is like the Void or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So, just a little side thing here. Okay, so in Deadpool, how are they containing the Juggernaut? He could move around inside of that cell.
He had he had restraining things on
Oh,
his wrists.
multiple restraining
Yeah,
collars?
he had one on both. The thing is that when he leaves the thing, he breaks them off.
Yeah.
So it's like definitely weren't on him. Like he wasn't. But I think maybe he just didn't have enough room to move.
But all of a sudden,
also
he could just
possible
ran
that-
it a couple times. Ooh, what are you doing? Go in there and tase him?
Yeah.
And it gonna fuck with them. The only thing he can do is only get a fucking full-on fucking 220 electrical line.
Oh, no,
just
you know
showing
what
up his
happened?
ass.
You know what happened? I think the kid goes in and undoes him.
Oh.
I think he pulls him off, but I think the kid deactivates him.
Oh.
Also,
okay.
Well, I
maybe
mean,
when the
Juggernaut's-
fucking. Oh, go ahead.
Juggernaut's not very smart. Maybe he just didn't think maybe I need to escape.
True.
Yeah, true.
Like the first guard showed up and was like, "Well, you can't escape," and he's like, "Okay, that sucks. Well, guess I'm gonna sit here and watch some TV."
He didn't even have a TV in there.
They just gave him. You know what they did, you guys? They gave him a laptop with the Brazzers account on it,
God damn
God
it.
damn it.
and he's just like, I don't need to fucking steal anything to get my porn account going. This is fine. I'll
This
just
is
play
the
on
only
my
reason.
computer.
The
and-
only reason I stole stuff.
the only reason I steal stuff, anyways. Gave him a VR
terrible.
headset, and he's over there like taking his helmet off, like the VR headset.
That's how you steal Juggernaut's helmet.
Juggernaut like this.
Uh-huh.
Oh, fuck.
God damn it.
That's
That's
funny.
fucking terrible.
So yeah.
Yeah. Now the Spider-Man doesn't ever actually encounter the Juggernaut, does he?
No, I'm sure he's definitely fought the Juggernaut at one point or another. He's not going to do super great against him.
No, I'd imagine.
What
not.
if he just like picks him up? I mean, like there's a lot of stuff where you just like spider web his legs and hang him off a bridge or something.
Okay, yeah, there's some stuff there in the comic books. It
Seems
all-
like he wouldn't be that flexible. He wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to really touch his
So
toes. that
in the
good to
first
get a
image
hold
there,
of
it looks like the Juggernaut is folding him into a pretzel. No, never mind. He's not. He's kind of hitting him, but not really doing anything. So it looked like he was folding him into a pretzel. Second one's the Juggernaut choke holding Spider-Man. Another one slamming him, Spider-Man down on the ground. So yeah, he's definitely fought the Juggernaut.
Yeah,
if you
is
can,
the
if you can
Juggernaut
get the
like?
fucking helmet off of him though, then you can stop him because he isn't a mutant. He's powered by magic. So
Yeah, it's all that fucking helmet.
yeah. Well, no, there's a
No, we just
there's
name a stone.
Oh,
like
it's
a
like an
stone inside
amulet or
there.
something like
Yeah.
that. He has, yeah.
And the thing is just apparently it's like run by some super crazy demon thing that just allows the Juggernaut to use his power, but could take over at any point for whatever.
Oh
reason. I don't
god,
know
here's
why he
a
doesn't.
scary one. What if Carnage got a hold of Juggernaut's fucking
Like
Thing.
just, oh, well,
took, took the fucking necklace off of him? I mean, talk about like you'd be fucked.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
there's
the
a whole-
Carnage
there is
symbiote would
all-
just merge with the Juggernaut.
There
That's
is
what I'm saying.
Well, there's a whole thing where the Carnage gets this book called the Darkholm and uses it to summon more crazy fucking Carnage creatures and just makes like this huge army of Carnage monsters on this island and stuff like that. And
Fuck.
they send out who was it? Send out Eddie Brock and what the fuck? J. Jonah Jameson's son, who's a werewolf at one point.
That seems like a really small force to be sending out.
Well, so they send out Eddie Brock because he can find Carnage,
Yeah.
like he can sense him, and they send out J. Jonah Jameson's son, which I think is just his name is Jonah or something like that. Also,
Yeah.
I think he's just Junior. And
Oh, yeah,
then
wasn't he like an astronaut that actually?
yeah, he was an
had the-
astronaut, and then he's a military guy, and then somehow he gets infected and becomes a werewolf. I couldn't tell you. There's a couple of other people they send out, but I think they're the only superpowered people that are sent out.
Yeah, see, that's stupid.
So,
Like,
That's,
why wouldn't
that's
you
really
like,
dumb.
like, why wouldn't you like surround the island with a bunch of like destroyers armed with fucking tactical nuclear fucking missiles and be like, okay, people, like from now on, for the rest of till all of time, like 1,000 square, mile radius around this island is going to be radioactive.
Yeah, and then
Sorry.
Well, then he
We're nuking it.
he ends up infecting one of the other human people who are like is a super awesome warrior or whatever, and she becomes a Raz, I think is her name, or Raze, and ends up like fucking just being horrific. Like she's not worse than Carnage because Carnage he's the worst, but she becomes really fucking bad. Like she's just like tearing people apart and shit. So yeah, it's pretty fucked up. There's also a part where, or a time where Norman Osborn gets the Carnage symbiote and becomes the Red Goblin and ends up infecting Harry Osborn's kid with it. So,
gee, man.
Like, there's a time where Peter ends up making the serum to stop Norman from becoming the Goblin anymore. He like just makes a blocker in his blood, so Norman can no longer be the Goblin. He gets the fucking the Carnage symbiote, puts it on. The Carnage symbiote burns out the fucking the serum in his body, and makes it so that he can become the Green Goblin again. And,
oh, jeez.
Yeah, so he's like you've got the fucking just horrific, demented bullshit that Norman Osborn can come up with, plus Carnage coming out.
Yeah.
Also, so it's just real fucked up. He's like flying around on the cool glider and throwing bombs and shit like that, but he's also infecting a bunch of people and stuff. And he's made the little kid into a mini goblin, Carnage monster. So it's real fucked up.
That's fucking awful.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch that. I want to see like the Joker do stuff. That's creepy, man. The Joker doesn't make like little weird symbiote kids.
No, fucking Norman Osborn's real fucked up. So,
god damn, dude.
Who do they have play that?
That was Willem Dafoe and
yeah, that's
Tobey
Willem Dafoe with that
one.
crazy fucking face of his.
Well, I'm wondering. I don't know if they're gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna do more Goblin stuff. I think they're building up for the Sinister Six stuff.
I'm like, honestly,
So-
like if they're gonna bring the Goblin back, cast Gary Busey. He has the face for it. He has the face. He has the insanity for it.
Yeah.
Like he would work good. Like honestly, I think he'd fit the role perfectly. Like
He'd be fine I think he'd be fine as the Goblin. I don't know how well he would be as Norman Osborn though.
yeah. Well, all of a sudden,
I don't
it's
know.
just that
What do you
face
guys
of his.
What do you guys think of like one of the McPoyle guy?
Poyle.
Liam McPoyle, I think. No, maybe that's not the crazy one from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
Charlie Kelly or Charlie Day. That'd be funny.
Oh God.
I wouldn't mind seeing one of those guys as like
Dayman.
the lizard or something like that.
dude,
something like that.
Dude, Dennis would be a perfect Norman Osborn.
Oh no, he would be fucking amazing. He is fucking self-centered as shit. Definitely feels like he's better than everybody.
Yeah.
That
He
would be
fucking
so
great.
good.
Aren't they getting rid of Dennis in that show? Isn't
No.
Dennis gone? The guy who plays Dennis.
No, that was kind of a joke. That was like a joke they pulled on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
At least
I
last
could've-
season.
Oh yeah, because I could have sworn they were talking about like how the actor who's playing Dennis was like gonna go off and do something else.
He did other
That
stuff.
was
But
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but I like wasn't gonna do Always Sunny anymore though.
No, he's back.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
Yeah, it was funny. They had if you watch the last season, Ricky, they have the whole first episode explains all of it. It's pretty funny.
Okay. Okay.
but
I mean, that would be
he would
great,
fucking be
though.
a great Norman Osborn. It would be amazing.
Oh, gee.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
That's
wonder
the
if they'll do that.
scariest stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know who they're gonna throw in for the Sinister Six though. They've introduced Scorpion. They've introduced Falcon, the Vulture. They've got Mysterio coming in the next one. So it would be cool if they threw in Kraven somewhere because we haven't seen Kraven in a live action movie before.
System Doc Octopus.
Who would they have
Electro,
play
Kraven
Kraven?
the Hunter, Mysterio,
know.
Sandman, and Vulture.
So Craven's supposed to be kind of like a superhuman athlete hunter guy, right?
Yeah, he's got similar stuff to like what the Black Panther can do.
And who the fuck is Electro?
Electro's a man who can turn into shoots electricity and wants to be pure electricity and stuff.
Oh yeah, we were
So,
just talking about him, huh? Yeah.
They need to just break out the big bucks and have Donald Trump play Kingpin.
No, they need to have Vincent D'Onofrio back to play Kingpin.
Yeah, he was actually really good at that. It'd just be funny to see our
Yeah.
president on there. I'm gonna kill you.
It's gonna be the greatest assassination ever.
I love Spider-Man. He's got a tremendous guy, tremendous family, and he's talking.
Listen, Spider-Man, I love you.
Yeah.
I think you're tremendous. You're doing great work here. But you need to leave my things alone. I'm the man, and you're gonna be a loser if you keep fucking with me.
Oh man.
God damn it.
I want them to bring out J. Jonah Jameson too, because that would be like, what the hell is his name? Played him fucking great. He's the guy who plays Commissioner Gordon now. Fuck.
Commissioner Gordon.
No, I can't remember his fucking name.
I'm just kind
I know
of.
who you're talking about. He's like the Allstate. Not
Yeah,
Allstate.
he's in the commercials now too.
Maybe Progressive Insurance guy. I don't remember. He's one of them. Yeah, I know what you're talking about though. That'd be great. Oh, I want to see Tom Hanks play a Marvel villain.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Has he ever been a villain?
That's why they need to do it. He needs to play some heinous
I
villain.
could have
too.
sworn that they had like someone who you would never think play a villain. I'm gonna play a villain.
J.K. Simmons is the guy I was talking about. Though.
Yeah,
they
that's
just
it.
need to bring
That's
him
his
back to be J. Jonah Jameson, because I think he'd be awesome at it. He was awesome at it, and he'd be awesome again. Who the fuck could Tom Hanks play as a villain? Fuck, I don't know.
Madam Web.
Madam Web.
I mean, he has played a villain because he played, what was his name? Donald S. Pumpkins. David S. Pumpkins on the
what?
SNL skit.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's SNL. I don't fucking count.
No, I'm talking about like he could play. Shoot, let's see. He'd probably be some rich dude. So he'd play a rich evil guy.
Oh, he could play the Jackal. He'd be pretty good there. He's like a
Yeah.
Genesis guy.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, he'd be good as the Creeper from Batman.
which one was
Yeah,
the
because he's
Creeper?
like a news anchor who ends up getting kind of like weird Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde superpowers.
Okay.
So he'd be good at that, but I don't know what that would be. I mean, I don't know. It'd just be cool to kind of see like a mix. Like the Craven dude, though, I have no idea who they would have for that. You know, they could do like a martial artist, like a MMA guy or so. You know what would be great is a parkour dude,
Yeah.
like one of those Russian parkour guys that can like climb up buildings and shit.
That's all a myth. They're actually all bears on unicycles. The only one
I
there.
don't care.
There was only one human being in Russia, and that's Vladimir Putin, and he's the one who's in charge of training the bears riding unicycles. That's why he has to be elected president there. He's the only one fucking that knows how to train all these goddamn bears. Just saying. It's a conspiracy theory. You guys need to look it up. Find the truth.
I know we're getting a Morbius movie. We're getting the living vampire guy.
You can't be a vampire and alive. Sorry. It doesn't fucking work.
Well, Morbius is.
Yeah, Ricky.
Well, he's
God.
fucking not. He's not a goddamn vampire. He's something else.
I don't know. I'm trying to look at like villains that he could be that aren't kind of lame. Like, I mean, he could definitely be like a mafia guy, but I think most of those guys were kind of dumb. Hammerhead's all right, and Tombstone's all right, but I don't think they're not Tom Hanks.
No, definitely
Oh
not.
no, he could play Smythe, guy who makes the Spider Slayers.
Never even.
Oh
heard of
yeah.
him.
Well, fucking Tom Hanks could make him popular.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna make Smythe great again.
he's the guy that
Yeah.
kills J. Jonah Jameson's wife and all that stuff. So fucking.
Who the hell would kill a newspaper guy's wife? That's a good idea.
Well, that's because Jameson is the mayor at the time. So.
Why doesn't he just give the mayor a whole bunch of money? That's what everybody else does.
Because Jameson is about no fucking what's that called? No corruption, man. Also, he paid Smythe to make the Spider Slayers to go take out Spider-Man, and then Smythe ends up going insane after being thrown in jail after Spider-Man captures him, and ends up going after Jameson and tries to kill his son, and then succeeds in killing Jameson.
You see, and this is all down to because Spider-Man is a little bitch and he won't kill people. If he were to kill people, he would never have to deal with the villain more than once.
I do like, so one of the things, I was getting back to this movie, it just occurred to me. One of the things I really liked was he shows up to take the girl to homecoming, and it's the fucking Vulture is her dad.
Yeah.
Like, in real life, that feels like one of those real life coincidences where you're like, wait, what the fuck? How did this happen?
And when they're just looking at each other, like Peter knows he's the villain, and then he figures it out in the car the Vulture figures it out in their fucking car. He's just sitting there. He's like, "You motherfucker! It's you piece of shit." You know? And he's just like he's really good at playing that fucking menacing bad dude. Like you took that threat and you're like, yeah, no, he'd definitely go find Aunt May and Ned and everybody else at the school and just fucking kill him. I could see that fucker do that. So,
I mean, you'd think he'd be able to make like a better threat than that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a horny teenager. It seems like you could, it seems like you're like, hey man, I'll tell my daughter she can't see you anymore, so that's not gonna work out very good for you. And he'd be like, oh man, come on, dang it, buddy, you're a dickhead.
Fucking cock blocker.
Can't believe you're gonna do this to me. Yeah, I'm gonna tell her that you got the herpes. Oh hell no, don't tell her that.
Spread it around that Peter Parker has herpes.
Yeah, just start spreading it around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the Vulture. P.S. Yep. Spider-Man / Peter Parker has the herpes.
So also, what kind of gets
so
he's
like got spider herpes.
So Spider-Man can actually give Mary Jane cancer because the radioactivity. Don't you think like everywhere Peter Parker would go, like there'd be like eventually like some kind of like security like agent there with like a a Geiger counter going like, what the fuck is going on at this school? It is like off the charts high. And then ends up finding this fucking kid.
In his bathroom.
Exactly. And then just like ends up finding this fucking kid where the fucking meter just goes out of the fucking whack, and he's like, boy, you're radioactive. We're to quarantine you.
I don't know if he puts off that much radiation. Otherwise, people.
You know what they should have done? They should have Watchmen that and had that drive him crazy, and then had him be a supervillain for a while.
Yeah,
have Spidey be a supervillain.
That would have been a great. Comic book art for a while where he's a villain.
A alternate Spideyverse. So
yeah, that'd be cool.
The radiation actually from his powers ends up driving him fucking insane and becomes a villain and starts just fucking massacring
he just realizes that he kills like Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy with radiation and Aunt May with radiation and
all his friends are going around him.
Yeah, maybe like the guy who's the lizard. Oh, Tom Hanks could play the lizard.
He could play Kirk Connors.
Yeah, so maybe like the lizard isn't the lizard of that. He's just like this kindly older guy who kind of takes him under his wings, like his dad, kind of a thing, and helps him out. And then in the midst of that, he gets cancer and dies. And then he discovers that, holy crap, I gave everybody I love cancer, and they died. And then he just goes crazy. And he just is like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go start breaking shit.
Yep. And then all of a sudden, the fucking Carnage symbiote gets a hold of him, and you get
okay, that's too
Spider.
much.
Oh, well, you do. Okay, so there is, like, you've got the Spider. What the fuck one was that one? Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Or Spiders Man? It was
Spiders Man.
Where he's just a bunch of spiders inside of a body. So there's that.
So he's 1,000 ants.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much,
yeah.
So does he bang a space woman in that, too?
There's a Spider-Man doppelganger. That's the guy with multiple arms. Let's see.
The Amazing Radioactive Spider-Man.
I mean, Superior Spider-Man is, Spider-Man as a Doc Ock is Spider-Man. Man Spider is really the only other thing. I know there's a time where there's like another reality where he is like a villain, and like it's where the big spider hunt. So the guys going after spider totems and stuff like that come into this dimension, and Spider-Man is there eating people, and he's like a big spider monster, and it's Peter Parker, but he gets captured by the oh man, I forgot their names, progenitors, something like that. I don't remember what the fuck they're called.
Yeah.
Anyways, they're like these like dimensional hopping spider or vampires, and they want to feast on spider people. So Patton
That's
Parnell.
fucked.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
So it's Patton Parnell, and he's got like a spider face, and he's like capturing people and draining them of their gooey
Wouldn't that be
insides.
cool though, where he gets crazy and he just starts like killing people and stuff, and then Venom, who just hates Spider-Man, just decides, you know what, I'm gonna stop him, and Venom becomes a superhero. Like he actually wins the fight, takes Spider-Man out, puts him in the can, and it just like fixes his brain. That'd be cool.
Well, I mean, the symbiote could technically fix his fucking brain, I would think, if it wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool. Where the symbiote isn't like a piece of shit. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't get the prison symbiote. He gets like, you know, the good one. I don't know. I was gonna say the priest one, but that'd take that down a dark road.
The thing is that the symbiotes aren't always like the symbiote isn't always bad. It really kind of like it amplifies whatever the people are doing. Like the Venom symbiote isn't necessarily an evil thing, but it's amplifying that aggression in people.
Oh, see, I always thought that like
Carnage is definitely a fucking evil piece of
so
shit.
is Rampage.
Well, like, see, what I thought was going on was the symbiote had kind of a personality.
It does,
and it imprinted the personality onto the host a little bit, like it affected it.
Yeah.
And then, so, like, that's why Spider-Man became kind of like, fuck you, I'm going to do what I want in the comic books. And he's like, I don't like this piece of shit I'm becoming. So then, like, let's say there was a good symbiote that wasn't a piece of shit.
Well,
and
so
it would just make Spider-Man, like, just it wouldn't do anything because it'd just be like, oh, I like this guy. You know what I mean?
So, well, the thing is that you got the Venom symbiote, and it gets on Spider-Man, and it enhances that aggressiveness in Spider-Man and Peter Parker. It gets on Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock is already an aggressive person. He's a violent dude, and stuff like that. So it just enhances that shit. It gets to there's Flash Thompson, not Flash Gordon. That's a whole different thing. Flash Thompson, who is a war vet and all that stuff, and he wears the fucking symbiote suit. He wears the Venom suit, and ends up being a superhero. He hangs out with the Guardians of the Galaxy. He's like a fucking space marine. He's running around saving people and shit like that with the Venom symbiote on, and he's just the Venom symbiote is helping him fight off shit and stuff like that, and defeat evil.
That's
and stuff.
pretty
So
cool.
there's like I think it has something to do with the personality of people. No matter how much we see Spider-Man, he's still apparently a violent dude. Where Flash Thompson, is trying to save people. He's a military vet. He's lost his legs, and all he wants to do is just help people. And eventually, he gets the ability or the chance to do it with the Venom symbiote, and then he gets the anti-Venom symbiote on him, and it's a lot better than the other one because I don't think it has any of the negative stuff.
You know what I want to see? I want to see the universe, the Spider-Man universe, where Ricky gets a symbiote.
Oh man, it'd be so bad. He'd just be
That'd
stoned
the
all the
funniest.
time.
He'd be green. He'd look like a fucking weed leaf.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, "Hey, can you save us?" And he's like, "I got better shit to do than fuck around with that."
I mean, look at him like, who are you? Why the fuck do they care?
Ricky's like, wait, he's on the phone with his agent. Wait, is the person getting saved hot? Wait, he? No, that's not how that works.
No. I don't roll that way, buddy.
Yeah,
I know this is Hollywood and all, but no, that don't fly with me.
Ricky's like, holy shit, it's Rihanna. All right, hold on, I'll be right there. Wait, do you think I have time to get high real quick?
Of course.
I don't.
What am I talking about? Of course I got time.
I'm just gonna do it anyways. We'll see what happens. We'll roll the dice. The headline next day, like, Ricky the weed guy almost makes it to save Rihanna. She died.
Oh man, there's a whole thing.
Ricky's like, I had to stop and get high. I'm sorry.
There's a whole thing
What are
where
you gonna do?
Deadpool gets like 4 different symbiotes on him, and it is fucking messed up. He's just like, because he's already insane, and he adds all these extra personalities inside of his head. But he's pretty much the only person that could take on 4 symbiotes
like
at
more
once.
than one symbiote at once.
And they're all like on
That's funny.
each one of his limbs and shit, like his torso. And it's fucked up. I don't know. It just looks real messed up. I can't remember what the fuck he calls himself, but he uses it to fight Carnage. So
That was
Oh,
pretty
God.
fucked up.
yeah.
It'd be funny because you'd think like it would almost drive those symbiotes insane to even be on them.
Yeah.
Very possible he did.
Yeah, they're just like, I just don't get it. It's like the symbiotes on Joker.
Yeah.
They just fucking fall off and be like, I don't even know what to do with this guy. This is berserk. This guy's brain is just like total chaos. Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
All right. So we probably should get this done with. What rating
Yeah.
do you give this?
I gave this movie 4.5 stars. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And he's also got a dog with him. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, it looks like that dog spawns out of one of his symbiotes.
Well, there's a dog with him.
Oh.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
the symbiote gets on top of it.
Oh, okay.
What rating, Ricky?
I'll go 4 stars.
Wow, 4 stars from Ricky. Amazing.
That's the highest rating he's ever given.
It is.
No, I've given 5 stars before.
To what? Say it.
I don't fucking remember.
See, it didn't happen.
Yep.
Didn't
No
happen.
proof. I gave this movie 5 stars. Obviously, I mean, come on, it's me. Of course, I gave it 5 stars. So next week's movie is. Does Kelly have a choice, or are you gonna choose
Oh yeah, she does. She's gonna choose the Lego Movie.
the Lego Movie? All right. We haven't watched
Yeah.
that yet.
I haven't. Kelly has seen it. I have not seen it.
It's a
Is it
movie.
good?
Yeah, I liked it. Thought it was
Okay.
good. All right, so we'll watch the Lego Movie next week. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, thanks.
Put this up here and bam. Make sure you guys like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Heroic Adventure Productions, twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure, mixer.com/Turkader, and twitch.tv/Turkader Plays. Also, youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions. You can also follow us on Twitter at HAP Gaming. You can follow me on Twitter at Turkader. You can follow Eric on Twitter at.
Quick and severe.
You can follow Ricky on Twitter at.
Furry Twitter Balls.
And you can follow Kelly on Twitter at Sugar Snuggles and Jason on Twitter at Unbelievable1. You can also email us at Steve, Eric, Kelly, Jason, and Ricky at hapgaming.com. Each one of those names individually at hapgaming.com. You can find all the stuff I've been saying in the description on youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions and twitch.tv/Turkader Plays. Thanks for watching, everybody. Join us next week as we talk about the Lego Movie, and join me next Wednesday. I think I'm going to play more Spider-Man because I got into that fucking new Spider-Man DLC stuff, and I think I'm going to play through all that stuff. So join me on Wednesday as I play Spider-Man. And that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, everybody.
See ya.
And talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.